What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform. Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. Much love. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love to y'all. And I had to come and talk about this today because this is a topic that is constantly brought up when you hear the term thinking black men. And before I go into it, let me just say this, man. It's time for men to be in favor for each other. It's time for men to start rooting for each other. Why do I say this? I say this because for a long time, a lot of us BMs did not realize that, you know, black male masculinity has been endangered. And I did a stream about this like 2 years ago. And we have to understand that it's time for men to unite as men. If we can sit here and say that, men are builders, men are supposed to lead, men are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do that, we have to begin to support each other. We have to begin to first have favor for each other. Because I'm noticing in the conversation, there's still a lot of divisiveness when it comes to us, when it comes to certain groups, right? This is why I don't like to label myself, because within these groups, guys are very divisive and guys are they're very cultish when it comes to these groups. And I always hear these negative sentiments about black men and criminality. I noticed that there's a big stigma put on black men who have once participated in criminal activity. I noticed there's this big, stigma that's put on you. And what's making me do this stream is because somebody commented on one of my Black History Month streams. And I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year, but most likely I'm gonna still try to do it. I've been doing it every year since I've been on YouTube. But one of my leaders that I did a dissertation on was Larry Hoover. And a guy who's supposed to be a thinking black man, he came up there and said that real thinking black men will not salute guys like Larry Hoover because he was a criminal. He destroyed his community. He got people hooked on drugs and this, that, and the third, right? And this is what I mean by this big stigma. And see, guys who speak like this, I question if they're even thinking black men. You see? Because if you're running with the mindset of your oppressor and you're viewing the men that you're supposed to be united with the same lens as the oppressor, you are not a thinking black man. You cannot be a thinking black man and view other black men the same way the oppressor views us. And let me let you guys know something. You guys that love to talk about black men and criminality, you guys are not thinking black men because you can't see past your nose. You cannot see past what they told you to think. You see? You're not actually thinking. You're actually regurgitating what you heard. Because according to the oppressor, all of us are criminals. The way that the police look for criminals, the profile, the aesthetics is the black man. And see, you would understand that if you actually did some more reading. Okay? The whole profile is stereotypical, and it's based upon the black man, the black hoodie, all black clothing. The whole aesthetic that they use on how they tell cops to identify criminals is based on the black man. So when you talking about black men in criminality, you got to understand that just because you may have never committed a crime doesn't mean that you're not seen as a criminal. Let me repeat that. Just because you may have never committed a crime, based on the profile, no matter what you ever done in your life, you fit that profile of a criminal. Regardless of your academia, your accomplishments, your businesses, all of that shit. When the police encounter you, they feel that they are encountering a perhaps criminal. They're not approaching a person. This is why they say they're approaching the suspect. See, black men we're always the suspect. Always. Because the profile was based on that. Was based on us. So a lot of you guys that are calling yourself thinking black men, but are trying to say that black men who've committed crimes cannot be considered thinking black men, you're sadly mistaken. And you need to do a little more reading and stop regurgitating and stop wanting to be cultish and cliquish with these labels. Because if you're going to label yourself, then you should understand the mindset that comes along with it. Okay? So to the guy, if you listening that was in my comments, Go do a little more reading, bro. Go do a little more reading. I understand you could have been a houseboy. And see, the internet have gave you houseboys a voice to where you can say you're this, you could say you're that. Oh, I represent this, I represent that, based on a profile. But are you really that in real life? You can say whatever you want on the internet. But just with you making that comment, I know you're not really a thinking black man. You're just a nerd that wants to be a part of something that you think is cute. Because a lot of guys just say a lot of shit on here to be cute. But see, what I'm tired of is I'm tired of that mentality that certain black men have about other guys, man. I don't like that I don't like how they try to put certain black men in a box and try to ostracize us from saying, "Oh, that's them and we're us." That was also taught by your oppressor. For you to say, "Oh, we're better than them because we never got locked up. We never went to jail. We never did a prison bid. We never stole something out the store. We never beat anybody up. So we're better than those black men over there. Those black men cannot be thinking black men because if they were thinking, they wouldn't have committed crime." That is the mindset and the talking points of the oppressor. And he taught you to say things like that because you're not thinking for yourself when you say silly shit like that. Y'all make sure y'all like the stream and y'all share the stream. You see? And this is the problem. This is the discrepancies that we're having amongst each other as black men. Everybody want their own little clique. This is why you had guys on here for years until I got on the panel and broke down how there's no such thing as an educated lame. You had a whole sector of black men who are now saying they're SYSBM, who are now saying they're red pill, last year calling themselves educated lames. Just a year and a half ago, you was an educated lame. Till I had to come and debunk that. There's no such thing as an educated lame. No one can be lame for being educated. Now, some of these guys are calling themselves thinking black men. But how much you were thinking when you decide to put the label on yourself of being an educated lame? And you guys are the same guys who was talking about and pushing the whole narrative about Pookies and Ray Rays. It was y'all. Now you guys are SYSBM. Now some of you guys are thinking black men, but y'all still got a problem with Pookie and Ray Ray. And that these men cannot be thinking black men because at one point in their life they indulged in crime. Well, then tell that to 50 Cent, who has kept a television network in business for the past 5 years. Stars. Without Power, no one cared about Stars. So tell that to 50 Cent, the one who just made it to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. A Ray Ray. He just made it to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He has a star. 50 Cent. So he's disqualified from being a thinking black man, huh? Because he got shot 9 times and he sold drugs and he went to jail. So he's disqualified, right? Tell that to Jay-Z. Tell that to these guys. Tell it to Nas, Mr. Escobar. Tell that to these guys. So these are not thinking black men. Do y'all know that Nas is the one who blew up Lyft? Because remember, Uber was running everything. But guess who blew up Lyft? Nas. He owns shares in the Lyft company. You know? Tell these kind of guys this stuff, that they're not thinking black men. Because these guys got their start in the streets. So because you hustled at some point in your life, you robbed at some point in your life, you went to jail. So you're totally disqualified from being a thinking black man because at some point you've committed crime. Well, then that disqualifies Malcolm X. That disqualifies Louis Farrakhan. Right? These guys were criminals. So these guys are automatically eliminated. Correct? These guys are eliminated. Shout out to that donation, man. I'm gonna read the donations. I'm gonna read the donations in a minute. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all of y'all. Let me just read this real quick. BJ said, appreciate you, bro. He said, if you call yourself a lame, then there's something wrong with you. That's why I kept saying, stop calling yourself that. Either you're a lame or you're not. Intelligence has nothing to do with you being lame. Facts. So certain guys are automatically eliminated. So let's go even further. Tukey Williams. Stanley Tukey Williams, the one who started the Crips, who helped start the Crips. So he's automatically disqualified, even though he won a Nobel Peace Prize. And if Arnold Schwarzenegger was not the governor of California at that time, he was going to be released from prison. Arnold is the one who wanted him killed, and they killed him. So Nipsey Hussle is disqualified. Even though he was talking about all that shit Jay-Z was talking about on 444, and he was doing all of that shit. If you go back and listen to Jay-Z's 444 album, all that game he was dropping, Nipsey was doing it. But he's disqualified because he's a neighborhood Crip. He's disqualified, correct? For being a thinking black man. He's disqualified. That's what y'all saying? Just the concept of Larry Hoover going from being a gangster disciple to growth and development shows the aspect of being a thinking man. You see? Because the most gangster shit you could do is to grow. Do y'all understand that? Larry Hoover is a political prisoner. Do y'all understand that? If Larry Hoover didn't go to prison, all those brothers who started all those organizations in Chicago, Chicago will not be in the state it's in if those brothers wasn't sent to prison. Do y'all understand that? This is why if you're calling yourself a thinking black man, you need to think before you speak. And a lot of you dudes just run off at your mouth and y'all don't think about what y'all saying. And it's because you want to be so much better than the next black man. Because that's what your oppressor taught you. Shout out to my man JT on that donation. He say the spoken truth. Yes, speak it. Salute. Salute, bro. You see? So if you're actually a thinking black man, you will not say the silly shit that you're saying. Because then you would understand that this country that you live in, this system was built on money, murder, and mayhem. That money that you use, that you work so hard for, is blood on that money. It's blood on every dollar that come across our hands. It's blood on that. So Larry Hoover didn't destroy the goddamn community. He was born into that community that was already impoverished. Y'all won't talk about how these same brothers used to feed their neighborhoods. Y'all won't talk about that though. Y'all won't talk about that. And I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, it ain't nothing to give out turkeys and all of that, but you never been in them neighborhoods on them lines getting a turkey. So shut up. See, I'm tired of you niggas getting up here talking about shit you never experienced. Shut the fuck up if you ain't never been in the projects, nigga. Shut up. If you never been outside like that, shut up. You don't understand the mentality of a street nigga because you ain't been outside. So shut up. Okay? Because some of your quote unquote street niggas is in charge of the culture that you're currently living in. It's called hip hop, nigga. It's called hip hop. Who you think is the gatekeeper for hip hop? Jay-Z, nigga. Jay-Z. A nigga from Marcy Projects. I know about Marcy Projects. My folks is from Marcy Projects. I'm from Brooklyn. I know. Okay? The one who started the Nation of Gods and Earths. So he's not a thinking black man. Clarence the 13X. He's not a thinking black man. Huh? These are not thinking black men, right? Because they, quote unquote, committed crime. See, that's how I know y'all niggas don't do enough reading. See, because when you do something other than what the system tells you to do, that is an act of rebellion, which is also what? Criminal. See? That's criminal. When you say, fuck working at McDonald's, I'm going to get my own grill and sell my own burgers. And I'm going to have my whole neighborhood eating my food. Do you know that that's criminal in this system? Because you don't have a license to do this kind of shit. That's criminal. So just because you was afraid to come out your house, because I know a lot of you guys who talk like this, a lot of you niggas is in y'all late 30s and 40s. So you niggas y'all grew up in the 80s, where in certain parts, you couldn't come outside if you wasn't willing to fight. You couldn't wear new sneakers if you wasn't going to fight for them. And a lot of you niggas who stayed in the house because of that. You stayed in the house and was frustrated at the world because of how shit was going on in your neighborhood. So you develop the mindset of your oppressor to make you feel better. Well, those guys are savages. They're animals. Because thinking like that make you feel better about being a herb. Because you couldn't fit in. Because you were afraid to fight. So now you can't be a thinking black man if you was one of them niggas outside on the block. See, you not a thinking black man. Tell that to Russell Simmons. He grew up in the hood. You think all these guys have clean backgrounds? Tell that to Irv Gotti. Tell that to Diddy. When Diddy was at fucking Howard, he y'all know the case. People got trampled and died. Tell that to Puff. Tell that to Fat Joe. Tell that to French Montana. Tell that to Cameron. Tell that to Dame Dash. Tell that to Master P. These are not thinking black men because they committed crime. They sold drugs in their community. Even though they didn't put the drugs there to be sold. Niggas was selling drugs way before these niggas even was born. But you gonna say they ruined their community when drugs was already there to be sold. And it's funny how you niggas love to talk about how black men destroyed the community, but you don't talk about Ronald McDonald destroying the community. McDonald's didn't destroy the black community. What about McDonald's, nigga? What about Burger King? They didn't destroy the black community. Right? That local Dwayne Reed, that didn't destroy Walgreens. That didn't destroy the black community. Even though this is where niggas is going and filling them prescriptions for all of these pills and lean and all that shit at. So that didn't destroy the black community. Black men did. Because they sold crack. But some of these same men are leaders and trendsetters in black culture today. Do you know Master P is the first one who was to own all this shit? The first rapper. The first rapper. To own all this shit. You know where Master P from? Master P from the Calio Projects in New Orleans. Tell that to Birdman. Tell that to Lil Wayne. You wonder why your sons like to be colorful and to wear skinny jeans and to wear Vans, skateboarding clothes and all of that? You know who made that popular in the black community? Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has changed the trajectory of hip hop. Lil Wayne did that. A street nigga. Lil Wayne been in the street since he was 9 years old. Since he was 9. Tell that to Lil Wayne. But that's why your son wants skinny jeans. Because of Wayne. Everybody like to talk about Young Thug. But where you think Young Thug get his image from? Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. Where you think all these different types of flows and all of this switching up your voice and rapping like that? Where you think that come from? Wayne. That come from Lil Wayne. a quote-unquote criminal. A quote-unquote criminal. So let's throw Tupac Shakur out the window too. Let's throw Tupac and Biggie out the window too. Even though they just named his block after him. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? It's called Christopher Wallace Way. His block that he grew up on, that he sold crack on and robbed people on. It was named after him. And not because he sold crack and robbed people, but because of the influence and the impact he had on the world. Not New York, not the U.S., internationally. So we need to throw these guys away. Right? At one point, everybody wanted to dress like Cameron. Who you think had people in the hood wearing pink? And made it masculine. Because, see, in the hood, only certain guys wore pink. And it was acceptable to wear it. Pimps, pretty boys, Max. But if you were just a regular old guy from the hood, oh, you can't come around with no pink. Cam made that cool. Cameron. He made that acceptable. He also brought Harlem culture and Harlem fashion and made it normal. Who you think made the Pele jacket popular for us men? The Peles that you see all the niggas in Chicago wearing. That they started wearing a couple of years ago. But that came from the Diplomats. That's Harlem shit. That's uptown shit. The Diplomats. Dipset. Dudes wearing their bandanas tied to the side. They got that from Joel Santana. Wearing the belts with the rhinestones on them. Dipset. Dipset. These things changed the fashion world. Also, let's throw away Kanye West too. So we gonna sit here and act like Kanye ain't no hood nigga either, right? So let's throw away Kanye. Let's throw him away too. He can't be a thinking black man. He can't. Because he didn't fly straight his whole life. Kanye West was the one influencing people at a certain time to feel good about being a college dropout. Do you know how rebellious that is? To make an album called The College Dropout? And people was dropping out of school and actually becoming something more and saying that their influence was Kanye West? Appreciate that, Rona. He say the real criminals of masculinity choose to lock themselves behind the cells of hubris and ignorance while committing multiple counts of intellectual embezzlement. Facts. Facts. These guys are not genuine, man. And it's because they don't understand the full spectrum of life. They don't understand it. This is why I'm saying y'all dudes need to go and read more. Understand what this system is about. So let's throw all these guys away. Let's throw all these guys away. Because they was from the hood. They committed crime before. They may have got locked up before. So let's throw these guys in the trash. They can't be thinking black men. That is silly. That shows the level of information you don't have. You are sadly misinformed. Extremely misinformed. And by no form or fashion am I encouraging black men to commit crime, because some of you silly niggas gonna get in the comment section in your fifis and say, oh, so you said it's okay to commit crimes? It's okay for us to commit crimes? No, you silly nigga. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is because someone involved themselves in criminal activity at one point in life, you can't write them off as not being a thinking person or a person that has something to offer. You can't do that. Because then you're not thinking. Because it's too many examples of black men who indulged in crime at one point who were successful. Who are successful. It's too many of us. Too many. Let's talk about Filthy Rich from the Bay. Shout out to the Bay. Shout out to my man Megalodon, man. If you listening, Megly, man, hit me up, bro. Hit me in the back chat or something, man. Shout out to the Bay. Let's talk about Filthy Rich. Filthy Rich is a quote-unquote criminal street guy. But did y'all know that Filthy Rich is partners with the dude who runs Empire? And he's helping and bringing in more artists for Ghazi over there at Empire Records? Y'all didn't know that, right? He over there dealing with artist development. Filthy Rich, a street guy. Oh, how did I forget Jay Prince? How did I forget Jay Prince? How did I forget Jay Prince? The man who currently owns his own farms. Black man. A black man who's responsible for bringing in Black Angus beef into the neighborhoods in Texas, because he owns farms with Black Angus cows. This is Jay Prince. He also owns Rap-A-Lot Records, who's responsible for the careers of Scarface. So let's throw Scarface away too, right? We gonna throw away Scarface. We gonna throw away Bun B. We gonna throw away these guys. These are street cats. We gonna throw away Trader Truth. The ones who've been going in these natural disasters and saving people with his bare hands. We gonna throw away your zeros who helped create Texas music. SUC, screwed up click. We gonna throw away these Michael 5,000 watts and your Paul Walls and your Mike Joneses and your Slim Thugs. We gonna throw these guys away. We gonna throw all these guys in the trash, even though they're responsible for some of the shit you see today. Right now, we gonna throw all these guys. We gonna throw them in the trash. We don't need them. They not thinking black men. Who you think created screw music? DJ Screw. He's a street dude. Created his own genre of music while on drugs. Because screw music comes from being high off that lean. And it slows you down. So he slowed down the music. They play screw music all over the goddamn world. So we need to throw him away. They not thinking black men. They what they've done is not important, right? We gotta throw these guys away. Do y'all know if it wasn't for Jay Prince, there'll be no Drake? Did y'all know that? Because I know you quote unquote thinking black men love some Drake. I know you nerds, y'all love some Drake. You know, the ones that couldn't come outside. I know y'all love some Drake. Y'all love Aubrey. But guess who brought him to the game? A street cat by the name of Jazz Prince, who's Jay Prince's son. Did y'all know that? Oh, y'all thought Lil Wayne discovered Drake. That's what y'all thought? No. Sorry. Try again. Texas. Go back and listen to Drake's first mixtape. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. He was telling you, all in his music. He was rapping about sipping lean. He was rapping about Texas, because that's where he was at. With street dudes. Not your white collar corporate cats. Street cats. With corporate mindsets. Because see, let me let y'all know something. Everything starts in the streets. The lowest level of business is the street level. Let me repeat that. For all you so-called smart niggas. The lowest level of business is the streets. The highest level of business is the corporate world. But why is it always a direct parallel between corporate America and the streets? Why does corporate America always come to the streets to make their shit better? If you look at any record label, they got some representation of the streets there. What do you think Jay-Z is? What do you think Dame Dash was? What do you think Irv Gotti was? What do you think Fat Joe was for Steve Rifkin over there at Loud Records? Huh? Hmm? Y'all didn't know that. This is why I'm telling y'all need to read more. You're calling yourself a thinking black man, right? But you gonna make silly comments like that? Y'all gonna leave silly comments in my comment section like that, showing and proving that y'all really don't think as much as y'all think y'all do? It's a lot of shit y'all don't understand about life. And you know why y'all don't understand it? Because you was in your house. You wasn't outside on the pavement and learning and understanding the significance of the streets. Darnell Jones, I appreciate it. He say, ever watch Cocaine Cowboys? Miami was built on drug money. Of course, man. Of course. Of course. Of course, bruh. You know I saw Cocaine Cowboys. But these people will turn around and blame a black man for going to jail for selling keys. When these Caucasian pilots was flying tons of cocaine into Miami. But it's always convenient to say that it was us because that's how it was designed. Because we are the profile of the criminal. You see? That's how they what do you think racial profiling is? That's what we've been fighting against with the police department forever. So are y'all really thinking or are y'all regurgitating? Y'all need to learn something about life. Y'all better learn something about life, man. Because just because you took part in crime, don't stop you from being a thinking black man. Oh, how can I forget Guy Fisher? How can I forget Guy Fisher? One of the guys who Nicky Barnes snitched on. One of his mans. Do y'all know Guy Fisher's the one who bought the Apollo? Do y'all know that? Did y'all know that Guy Fisher owns the Apollo? A kingpin. Did y'all know that? Y'all didn't know that, right? Because you niggas don't read. You niggas don't read nothing but calling yourselves stinking black men. But then coming in my comment section talking like a goddamn fool. Talking like somebody who don't read shit. But what they print in the newspaper. See, you can't be a thinking black man and be that silly and naive. To be regurgitating your oppressor's talking points. That doesn't make you smart. That makes you a fool and it makes you naive. That makes you sheep. That makes you sheep. You see? So before y'all bring y'all asses in my comment section, think before you type. Think, especially if you're saying you're a thinking black man. Think before you come in my think, then type. Think and then type. So shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If you tuned in, hit that like button, share the show. You would like to donate, Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. I'm gonna scroll through the chat room. I'm gonna get some shout outs. I know my stream was messing up earlier, so a lot of y'all probably didn't come back. So I'm gonna say shout out to African Defense. Shout out to my sis Poetic Kells, the great moderator. I appreciate you for tuning in this morning, sis. Shout out to Lack of Black. Yeah, they have another man thinking for them. Boogeyman, what's good? Albert, what's good, bro? Oh, that's a fact. Dallas Cowboys, what's good? That's a fact, Boogeyman. Boogs, East New York, salute. BJ, what's good, man? You already know, bro. Masculine mercenaries on deck. You was in the crib all day? Well, then I hope you don't use these talking points that these silly dudes be using, quickest thing walking. That's a fact. That's a fact, BJ. We are. And the world know it. We just don't want to accept it. That's the problem. We don't want to accept it. Of course, we the trendsetters. Hawaii's highest. Appreciate you. Facts. That's a fact, Boogs. That's a fact. They were told to stay away from street cats. They was, but shit, I was told the same shit. Except that at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. My parents used to tell me that, but I grew up outside. I was one of the kids that was outside with the other kids, 10, 11 o'clock at night. My parents outside sitting on the stoop, having fun, me and my friends running around. That was me. I was one of those too. I was one of those too. They told us not to sell drugs and all that shit too. But when you outside and you in it, and you not just seeing it, but you're there, come on, man. Yeah, screw was that dude, man. You better believe it. Shout out to my big bro JT in the building. Shout out to the underrated one. Y'all go subscribe to the underrated darkness, man. Y'all go subscribe to the underrated one. Shout out to my brother Deep in Thought. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Deep in Thought too. Money Man is another one. Facts. He is another one. Street Cat. This dude got farms. Growing his own vegetables. Growing his own food. Made millions on cryptocurrency. A street cat. Street cat from Atlanta. From Georgia. He from Georgia. I don't know specifically Atlanta, but he from Georgia. He represent Atlanta. Come on, dog. It's too many to name, man. Kanye is a brilliant dude, but he's not a street dude. Why you say Kanye is not a street dude? Why do you think Kanye is not street? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Why? Why? Kanye has the temperament of any normal street dude, man. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, because he don't rap about shooting people and selling crack. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all showing that y'all wasn't outside, bruh. There's different caricatures in the streets. Y'all just showing that y'all wasn't outside. Y'all just showing that. You don't have to be raw to be a street cat. You don't. But Kanye's temperament, because we saw Kanye spaz out a couple times. Yeah. It shows. It shows. He wasn't just no coddle dude. He got that street shit in him. Believe that. Shout out to Ronan again on that support, man. Who else up in here, man? Shout out to my brother Muhammad is the one. Salute to you, bro. It's been a minute, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, OG. Asada Muhammad, I appreciate you. Shout out to Boogs on a donation. Boogs said, actual facts, fam. I'm from Brooklyn, East New York. Hustled and dug pockets as a youngster. Now I'm grown with a professional career. Come on, bro. They in the chat room, man. He just told you. Are y'all really thinking? Huh? Are y'all really thinking? Young Peasy say, born and raised in Miami. Overtown to be exact. Home of the first 48. Look it up. That's a fact. That is a fact. Overtown. Pork and Bean Projects. Carroll City. This is where Rick Ross is from. Rick Ross is from Carroll City. Trick Daddy is from Pork and Bean Projects. Dade County. This is all Dade County. Yo, come but we should throw these guys away. We should just throw them away. Just throw them away. They're this is how silly we have become. Shout out to Kangster. Salute, God. Peace, God. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Dion Covington, salute. BK Hammer, salute. He say East New York and Brownsville would have eaten him alive. You already know that. You already know that. Yes, sir. Pork and Bean Projects. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matchbox Projects. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ever heard of Convertible Burt? Convertible Burt was a kingpin out of Miami. Who do you think was funding Tyson's career in the beginning? His name is Convertible Burt. Y'all better do some more reading instead of just running y'all mouth. Okay? All right? Don King, street guy. Oh, so we need to throw him away too, right? Just throw him away. You know, he's the dummy. He ain't a thinking black man. Don King. Y'all gotta grow up. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all need to grow up and learn how to accept shit for what it is. And stop demonizing things because you weren't a part of it or you don't understand it. Because that's called immaturity. When you don't accept things for what they are. You see? And we only do that in our culture. Only black people do that. You don't hear no Latinos saying, "Oh, he's not a thinking Latino man. He sold kilos." You don't hear that silly shit. The Italians, they look up to the mobsters. It's embedded in their culture. This is who we are. But we find every little thing to be divisive. Especially black men. We find every little thing to separate ourselves. When we see every goddamn day, we all treat it the goddamn same. When the police pull you over, nigga, I don't care what kind of goddamn suit you got on, your haircut, any motherfucking thing. You are liable to be killed. And y'all supposed to know that. We don't care what school you went to. We don't care about none of that. You're liable to losing your life. And any thinking black man knows this. No matter what level he's on in life, they know that. If you're a thinking black man. And you also understand that the oppressor wants you to be divisive. They want you to think that you're better than such and such and you're better than such and such. But see, if you ever went to jail, you'll understand that there's niggas from all walks of life sitting in jail. This is why the streets is important. Because see, when you grow up in the streets and you understand certain shit about the streets, you get a grip on life. You understand certain things about life. See, the first time you understand how cutthroat life can be is in the streets. Is in the streets. Most of us learn business, and the first time we operated in the business aspect was in the streets. And you don't have to sell drugs, niggas. I used to sell t-shirts. I ain't just sell drugs in the streets. Silly niggas. That's where I learned about supply and demand before I went to college for business and actually got the technical term of supply and demand. All I knew was I had to keep getting more and more of this shit because people want it. That's all I knew. I didn't know that it was actually called supply and demand until I went to college and got a business degree. Which a business degree don't mean shit. Because all that shit you can learn right out here in the streets if you just put up a lemonade stand. Just put up a lemonade stand. And you could teach your kids supply, you could teach them business. Make sure your lemonade stand looks nice. It looks clean. It has color to it. That's marketing. You see? And make sure you never run out of lemons, because then you won't be able to make more lemonade. And then you'll lose money. Except in the hood, it wasn't cool to put up lemonade stands. So we learned it selling other shit. But it's still business. Why do you think the record companies go for the street guys? Because they understand business. What is the difference between selling crack and selling socks? Crackheads need crack and crackheads need socks too. What's the difference? Oh, it's just a different in product. That's all. Where there's a demand for something, you supply it. That's business, bro. That's business, bro. You niggas need to get out your feelings. That's business, homie. When there's a demand for something, you feel it. That's business. All that other shit is your feelings. Because if that's the case, then you need to tell the government to stop allowing these planes to fly over here and drop off these crates and coming through these ports with goddamn whole boats full of cocaine. Why you think Rick Ross named his first album The Port of Miami? Huh? Why you think he named his first album The Port of Miami? Because that's where them bricks was coming in at. And the dudes that he was dealing with, that's where they was getting them bricks from. The ports. Wake up and smell the coffee. Look, really sit back and understand what's going on. Instead of just being quick to throw judgment on shit when you don't even understand it. You don't even understand it. Okay? That's why he named his album The Port of Miami. You see what I'm saying? So before you call yourself a thinking black man and you coming in my comment section, typing some silly shit, go read some more, bruh. Go do a little more reading and get up out your feelings about shit. Because guess what? It is what it is. No matter how you feel, it is what it is, dog. And if you do a lot more reading, you'll find out that a lot of shit that you thought was isn't. And the shit that you thought wasn't is. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Let me scroll up and see if I missed anybody who donated. Cash App, $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Y'all go ahead and hit the Cash App up. Cash App, $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to Ray. He put, bro, I had to stop working to donate this. To donate to this fire. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. But I'm tired of y'all trying to make a separation between us brothers, man. Tired of it, man. Because if you gonna throw certain brothers away, you need to throw away some of your historians, nigga. So shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to everybody that donated. Much love to y'all, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Hit the like button, share the show. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. This is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. And part of healing is understanding. Understanding what's going on around you and what you're dealing with. Understanding. Not just the knowledge, but understanding it. Comprehension. See, if you understand things better, then you'll get up out your feelings, which will cloud your judgment on your brother. And then maybe you'll learn to accept your brothers, no matter what walk of life they come from. Because at the end of the day, we all fighting the same fight. We just attacking it from a different angle. With that being said, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.